heard that TSN guys think you're better players than me.
Yeah, world's premier hockey authority, bud. Soak it up.
They're axe.
Sure, Bob McKenzie, I fucking dare you.
I'll have you know the Francophone broadcast RDS choosing me across the board.
Frankie, get the matzo burger out of your mouth, you fucking fatso. Go have another Big Mac, you fucking hippo.
Off to a hostile start here at the Kerry County Arena.
Nothing wrong with fireworks off the hop, Kate. The Ontario-Quebec rivalry runs deep.
Holy fuck, Frankie, you look like you love a good slice. You get axed from the show and just start hammering slices, or what? If the cup was a slice, you think you'd work a little harder, you fucking pizza face?
Every one of these chirps, Frankie is really focused, and Shorzy is kind of casually skating around, looking at him. Just clearly, Frankie's game is hockey, and Shorzy's game is chirping during hockey. But they are both hustling. Now we get some slow motion of Shorzy skating backwards, or Jonesy skating backwards. Frankie skates right around him. He's just too big. It's like a mass thing. Like when they had the boys versus the girls, to some extent, the coach was right. And here, Jonesy and Riley are like thin, wiry, muscular guys, but they're maybe 150, 180 pounds. And Frankie's like a solid 240. He's a giant man with all of his gear on and stuff. So he can just sort of push through him. It's sort of like Shaq on the basketball court. Nobody could really stop Shaq because he was 300 pounds. Goal number 1 against the home team. Frankie scores it pretty much solo. Frankie's going in. Riley tries to catch him, but he can't, and Frankie scores second goal. Frankie's just kind of steam training back past them. Yep, third goal. Shorzy is losing it already. He slams his stick against the side of an empty goal, snapping it in half. That's his first broken stick. Now we get slow motion coach in the locker room yelling at them. Frankie scores another goal. Shorzy's on his face, covered in snow, yelling at the goalie who's sitting on his ass, completely defeated. Frankie's coming in for another one. And he flicks it right past the goalie's glove. And Shorzy takes his stick and two-handed over the top of the head, flings it at the wall. And there's a bunch of Tanis's like cousins watching here, and they all flinch. It's in slow motion, but it's like a genuine flinch. I don't think they knew that Shorzy was going to throw this stick, and it just shatters. Like it breaks in 3 pieces. It's awesome. And it's 5-0. The home team has no goals.
I'm getting a double hat trick in the third, Shorzy.
Hey, go eat some fondue, you fucking manatee! Hey, have another Baconator, you fucking walrus!
The ref chases Shorzy into the locker room. The coach is yelling at them in slow motion. Each one of them, the coach kicks a trash can just like their other coach does. He's pointing at them and yelling and red-faced. Shorzy's sitting here with his head down. You can never see his face. He always wears a dark visor, but it's the same actor that plays Wayne. And Riley and Jonesy look utterly defeated on either side of Shorzy, although Riley is kind of apprehensively looking at Shorzy like, why is Shorzy so quiet right now? They go back to square off for the next face-off where they both stand in the center of the rink. Like Shorzy's there forward and Frankie's there forward. I probably have that term wrong. But then the ref will drop the puck and they'll fight over it and try to either run off with it, skate off with it, or pass it to a teammate. And they're about to do that. And Shorzy is just bent over. Like he's standing on his skates, bent over at the waist, looking at the ice. And Frankie comes up happy as a clam and points at the scoreboard.
Hey, Shorzy.
And this is where Shorzy, like while Frankie's pointing at the scoreboard, they're facing the same direction, but then Shorzy is on Frankie's right and he rotates to the right, does this full like fucking 270-degree turn and two-hand swings his stick straight into the back of Frankie's right knee. Frankie drops like a ton of bricks. Shorzy flings his gloves off impossibly fast and dives on top of him. The crowd goes nuts. They're all pumping their fists and screaming, get him, and throwing punches in the air. Like they want Shorzy to kill Frankie. The rest of the team comes in. The refs comes in slow motion. It's a just giant 12-person brawl in the center of the ring. Tanis looks mortified from the control booth. They get Shorzy to his feet, and they're dragging him out. Two of Frankie's teammates are kind of helping him limp off of the ice.
Hey, I'll send you stuff across to the emergency room, you fat fucking pig!
And Shorzy's pretty much ejected. The coach is giving advice to Riley and Jonesy. Slow motion. Tanis looks really worried. Right here is where it shifts. The coach is now yelling at somebody else, and Riley and Jonesy look at each other with a more serious expression than they ever do, because they always look like dumbasses. But they look at each other, they nod, they fist bump, and then they have this look of incredible intensity and focus on their face that I've never seen out of these two characters. 0-5. They skate out on the ice together. Riley's the new forward. And then it goes back to full speed. And right here, when this music kicks on, Riley is skating so fast and so beautifully. He's got the puck. Jonesy's on his left. And the refs are like struggling to keep up with him. They're absolutely ripping across the ice now. And without Frankie to stop them, they just start running rings around the other team. There's a lot of really slick skating going on. Goal number 1 goes to Riley. Goal 2 goes to Jonesy with the assist for Riley. They're passing, they're running game, they're high-fiving their teammates as they skate past. Another goal for Jonesy. Solo this time. Riley's right behind him. Another one for Riley. They're jumping into their teammates' arms, and then another one. I think by Jonesy that time I missed. And it's 6-5. They've made up the deficit and won the game in overtime. And they're all jumping up and down, celebrating, flinging their helmets off. Boomtown's there. Tanis is smiling. She catches the coach's eye. She winks at the coach in a sexy way, and he winks back. Riley and Jonesy hoist the trophy over their heads, knocking the top of it off and freaking out for a second, but then they keep celebrating anyway. And Jonesy skates out and hugs them both, and the whole team piles on, and they just have a giant team hug in the center of the ring. Awesome.